Guys, retirement's a very important aspect of everyone's life. Everyone thinks about it. I should say the vast majority of people think about it. My personal opinion is I'll probably never retire, but I'm very fortunate in the fact that what I do is really what I love. And when I have free time, I like doing this anyhow. So it's not like, so I always joke with people and say I'm already retired. So in this video, we are going to go over the current stats on retirement and what you need and how our software can actually help guide you through retirement and until, more really speaking, your death. So anyhow, this was on Yahoo Finance, and was it you who sent it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys,
I thought it was quite shocking.
In green is how much amount expected to need for retirement, and in gray is the amount actually saved for retirement currently. Overall, people think they need about 1.3 million, $1.27 million. Let me actually make this a little bit bigger. But currently, the average person has 89,000. Now we have a breakdown by age. I'm kind of surprised by this. The younger people think they only need 1.2 million.
Right.
But look at this. They have almost half of the overall average.
Yeah.
But look at how bad it gets as you go further down.
As you get older, right.
As you get older, it really, I mean, guys, this is bad.
That makes me, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, and I get it. You know, life is expensive. You want to spend money. You want to have a good time. This is why we always tell people, if your company has a 401k, put the money in there immediately. And the reason being is, it's like the money's gone. You never see the money. And
I think a common misconception, don't just put in there what your company matches. Fill it up. That's the biggest mistake people make. They go
1,000%.
Oh, they match 3%, so they do that. No, fill that thing up every single year.
I don't think you should save any other money outside. My personal opinion is you should max out your 401k, which increases every year. I think it's like 22.5. You shouldn't even put money elsewhere. And here's the reason why. Your 401k, there's a partial match, usually. 2, it's untouchable by creditors. 3, it comes out of your paycheck before it hits your account. You don't even notice it. And it's tax deductible. Just like an IRA, it's tax deductible going in. So if you make $50,000 a year and you put $10,000 in there, now the government says, oh, you made $40,000 this year. It's not $10,000 after taxes. It's $10,000 before taxes. Right. That's the big key. Now, guys, in our software, this is exactly why I created our retirement calculator. The retirement calculator I created was specific because I feel like when I look at stats like this, 1.2 million, I always think to myself, this is what people think they need. Right? 1.27. But I always ask people, and I sometimes say like, oh, this is great. I have $1.5 million and I'm 60. I'm like, okay, great. But how long are you going to live?
Right. If you're going to live another 40 years, is that enough?
Is that enough? And guys, spoiler alert to anybody under the age of 50, I don't think Social Security is going to be around for you. Social Security, and by the way, Social Security returns are absolute god. I think it's like 1.8% a year. Right. You're not getting anything from there.
Right.
It was literally meant as when Social Security was created, it was literally created. And the age of 62 at the time was created because that was the average lifespan. The average lifespan now is 77. And guess what? It's probably going to go higher. Yes, the last couple of years it dipped, but it's probably going to go higher over time. We're probably going to have longer living people. I always tell everybody, I assume I'm living to 100. And I truly believe I'm living to 100. So I'm 42 next week. That's 58 more years. 58 more years.
Yeah.
When my nieces are graduating college, that's going to be, well, that's how much time I have left plus my current life.
Right.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah. And to think that they're 3, 4, 5 years old, they could be living until they're 110, 115, 20, whatever.
There's a lot of people have said this stat before, that a lot of actuaries and scientists believe the first person to live to 150 is alive today.
Yeah.
150. That means if I live to 150, I've got 108 more years left. 108 years ago, the Titanic went down. Too soon?
Too soon.
All right. That's the whole thing I'm trying to say, guys. So in our retirement calculator, the reason it's beneficial, it says, ask this question right here. What age do you expect to live to? That's really, really important.
It is important.
Not only do I want you to know how much money you're going to have in retirement, are you going to have enough to live the rest of your life? So let's put some examples in right now. We've done this before. And the great thing about this retirement calculator also is it tells you if you are short, how much extra you need to save per year.
And that's the biggest part. We have a friend in the financial world, and he said our retirement calculator is the best because it tells you how much more you need.
Yeah, based on your assumptions, you need to save exactly this much more.
Yeah. Other ones don't do that. They just say, you're short. Okay, you're short. Now go figure it out.
Yep. So let's take an example from this thing right here. Let's assume you're 30 to 30. Now, let's assume you're 40 years old and you have $77,000 saved. Okay, so 40 years old, retirement age, let's assume it's 65, and you have 77,000 saved. Now, let's assume zero savings right now, just for right now, extra per year, and annualized returns, you're going to get 8%.
Okay.
Let's do 9%.
Okay.
Now, what returns are you going to get during retirement? Guys, remember, when you retire, you're probably going to take a lot of risk off the table. So you're probably going to have less stocks. So I think your returns will probably drop significantly. Let's call it 6%. And let's say you want to live to 100, and inflation's 3.5%, and your current income is $75,000 a year.
Okay.
And how much of your income you want to have in retirement? Let's say 100%. So you're going to sit there and say, listen, I don't want my lifestyle to change at all. I want to replace my exact income today with burn it on the future with inflation. What do I need? Generate this. You do not have enough to save. Guys, look at this. You need to save $28,000 a year.
Yep.
Because right now you're saving zero. You need to save $28,000 a year to have enough. But here's the crazy part. If I save $28,000 a year, how much do I need in retirement in order to live the rest of my life? At 65, $4.1 million. So that's where I go, this thing isn't accurate.
Yeah. People's assumptions are wrong.
I think people's assumptions are very, very wrong.
I do think to the majority, people think 1.27 as an average is a lot of money. And it is a lot of money.
It is.
But.
And I also did assume 100 for the age.
True.
So let's see what happens if we change this to 80.
80, 85.
Let's go 80 first. Okay. Let's go back to zero to see how much money it requires us to save. You only need to save $12,300. So if we save $12,300 per year at 65, the age of retirement, 2.2, it's still low.
Yeah.
It's still lower than what people think. Remember, this graph right here is based on what people think they need for retirement.
Correct.
Not actually what they do need. And this is the benefit of this exact part of our software.
Yeah.
So if let's say you saved nothing, you have $77,000 saved. At 65, you have $720,000. You're broke by 70.
That's crazy.
Living the same lifestyle, assuming no Social Security.
And people don't think about that at all. They don't think about it that way.
Because guess what? $77,000 a year today, $75,000 a year today is $183 when you're 66. That's the problem. Now, I'm not doing this to put fear in you. I'm doing this to remind you that, guys, save early. For those of you who are way younger, if you're 25 years old, let's just change this to 25 right here. How does it change things? You don't have enough, but guess what?
You only need $2,000 more.
You only need $2,000 more. Now, if you're going to live to 100, you need $8,400 a year from zero. So, guys, finances are always very scary, right, Mo?
Yes, they are.
And we always want to kick the can because we don't think about down the road. Like, okay, it's just down the road. We'll worry about that.
I'll do it next year.
Exactly. But the great news is, look at the difference between 25 and 40. The difference is 8,400 versus 28,000. Now, for those of you who are 40 or beyond, don't worry.
Yeah.
Better to start now than never.
It's better to start now than 50.
Yes. Better to start now than 41.
Right.
Start early. And you might have to work a little bit longer. I do think people have to accept the fact that they're probably going to work into their 70s. And that's okay. And you might have to have a part-time job. That's okay. Because I do think we're going to have a labor issue in the future where we're going to have to hire people that are older.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. So guys, our goal here is to help you get to your end result. But we don't believe that people are forthcoming. We believe financial advisors just tell you, look at this big number you have in retirement. Now here's $1.5 million.
That sounds great to me.
That sounds awesome.
But it should be more.
And I look at it going, great, but are you factoring in this part right here?
Right.
What age do you expect to live to? Now, guys, you might look at me and say 100. Come on, that's not happening. Maybe not. Fine, but change this.
Take it down.
We changed it to 80. It still said you needed to save more. It still said you needed $2.2 million based on those assumptions. So, guys, this software is available along with all the other tools at everythingmoney.com. Sign up. It's $1 a day. There's a great trial right now, $7 for 7 days. Try it out. If you sign up permanently, you are in your category. As we raise the price every month, you stay within your price level. All right? So thank you very much for your time. Everythingmoney.com, $7, 7 days.